Everybody, haven't seen you for a while, and I got Skim Shady on the camera today, and we're going to make hot chocolate with homemade marshmallows. So in a little while I'm going to be making a hot chocolate that's similar to a delicious rich hot chocolate in France. But right now let's start with our marshmallows. So the things you need for marshmallows that taste so much better than the store-bought marshmallows are just a scant tablespoon of gelatin or a little package. I also need a third cup of water, a quarter cup of water, a little vanilla, and 1 cup of sugar. I've got a saucepan over here, and what I need to do is I need to first of all sprinkle my gelatin in a third cup of water. So let's see, I've got a bowl here. The third cup of water is the one next to the third cup. I want to sprinkle that in. So this hydrates the gelatin, hydrates the protein, so that way it dissolves easier once the gelatin, we use the gelatin. It looks like I've got something floating in the bowl there. Alright, so I'm just going to set this aside, make sure all the dry gelatin gets nice and wet. Kind of smash those little bits of hard dry gelatin. Okay, so that is sitting for 5 minutes. And then here I've got my little pot. I'm going to put in just a quarter cup of water, just regular old tap water, and my 1 cup of sugar. Marshmallows have a lot of sugar in them. Okay, I'm going to get this on high heat. So here we go. We're making a sugar syrup. I'll just take another spoon over here, and I need to continually stir the sugar and the water again to hydrate the sugar, to have the sugar in a liquid form. So I need to keep stirring to make that a little bit more liquid. It's probably going to take about 3 minutes to get this all dissolved. While I'm waiting for it to dissolve, I've got my candy thermometer. I have my brush with some wet water, some wet water versus dry water, and then I have a lid to put on my pot once I get my syrup going. So the basic idea is to make a sugar syrup that goes to 250 degrees. I'm going to mix the syrup with the gelatin and then aerate the gelatin. So gelatin is basically protein, and once those protein strands are warm, they trap air when they're whipped with some kind of a whisk attachment. So we want to trap a lot of air. Then we'll add a little vanilla, and we're all set for homemade marshmallows with our rich hot chocolate. I'll see you in a couple minutes when this turns nice and liquid. Alright, so we've got the sugar dissolved, but we've got a lot of granules of sugar on the side of my pot. So I need to dip the brush in water to dissolve the sugar and get it back into the pot. If any granules of sugar are left over when I'm cooking the sugar syrup, the syrup can jump onto one of those granules and the whole thing will turn back to a solid form. So you really want to be generous with the water and the brush and wipe those down. Once I've gotten these wiped down, I'm going to put my lid on here and cook that for 5 minutes. See you in a couple minutes.
Oh, no.
Alright, so it's been about 5 minutes. The steam from the pot helped wipe down the sides of my pot. Any other little sugar will go ahead and dissolve. Now I've got a candy thermometer. These are about $12 at cooking stores. So I want to see it go all the way up to 238 degrees. I may have said 250 earlier, sorry about that. But it's the softball stage, about 238 degrees. It's there. I can take this candy thermometer out, put it in my warm water. And what I want to do is pour this into the gelatin mixture. Alright, so I've got a heat-proof spatula here. Get all of that sugar syrup out. With my whisk attachment, gently mix the gelatin. So I did take the gelatin out of the small bowl and put it in the mixing bowl. I want to go ahead and mix the two together by hand, scraping off any sugar syrup on the bowl. And then I'm going to put this into my KitchenAid and whip it for about 8 to 12 minutes. So that is how you make marshmallows. I'll see you in a couple minutes. Alright, if you look inside the mixer, you can see it's very light and fluffy, glossy. That opaque mixture turned into a white, fluffy, glossy mass. I've added a half a teaspoon of vanilla, homemade vanilla. Now I need to get the sticky stuff out of the bowl. So I'm going to put this here, take a spatula again. I went ahead and cleaned the bowl by just putting water in it and boiling that. So with a grease spatula, I'll take that out. But before I put it onto my paper, I'm going to take like a hefty tablespoon of cornstarch and then powdered sugar and sprinkle that over my surface. All marshmallows are coated with a cornstarch powdered sugar mixture. Sometimes there's even cocoa powder for chocolate marshmallows. So it came out of the bowl very easily with my greased spatula. There's no sense in getting lots of gooey stuff all over your hands. So now I'm just kind of roughing out maybe about a 1/2 inch thick rectangle or square of marshmallow that I will freeform and cut. You can get this a lot, smoother. You can put it in a square bin, but these are going to be cut up for hot chocolate, so I don't think you need to get that precise. And then just a touch more of the cornstarch powdered sugar mixture. And now I'm all ready to let these sit for 30 minutes to an hour. We can start with the hot chocolate. So for the hot chocolate, we're making something very rich. So I've got a full fat milk here, 2 cups of milk. To that, I'm not adding cocoa powder like you see a lot of hot chocolate recipes. We're adding a semi-sweet chocolate. So this is a Belgian chocolate from Trader Joe's. It comes in a bar shape. And then to work with a bar of chocolate, you cut off the ends. So you cut even uniform sized pieces and you whittle down the bar to medium sized shavings. So I'm going to take 5 ounces of chocolate and put that into my milk here and let that cook for about 3 minutes. I'm going to bring that to a boil. So I'm going to put that on a medium-low heat. So to make this delicious hot chocolate, again, it was 2 cups of milk, 5 ounces of nicely chopped chocolate. Bring that to a boil and then simmer it 1 to 2 minutes. Add just a pinch of salt, that's kosher salt, and then just a touch, a 1/2 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. If you want it thicker, you can cook it a little bit longer. I've got my whisk there. That was really easy to put that together. Part of cooking, we all know, is presentation. We eat with our eyes first. So a nice, lovely dollop of very rich hot chocolate there. You can see how thick it is. I've gotten a little bit on the edge of my cup. So wipe that down, and now all we're ready for is some homemade marshmallows. All right, I love marshmallows. I love getting marshmallow candy. I love Rocky Road. So I've got some sugar, some scissors that I dusted with my cornstarch and powdered sugar formula. Just cutting the marshmallows up. These could sit a little bit longer. You can also cut these up and keep them in some cornstarch material at room temperature for a couple weeks. Make sure they're nicely coated like that so they don't stick together. Your friends will just love you for making them homemade marshmallows. So a couple of marshmallows on our hot chocolate, and you're all ready for, believe it or not, a June 1st summertime treat. It's raining out here in California on and off, but enjoy your hot chocolate and enjoy your summer.